What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today, and welcome to, let me just clear my throat here and get ready for this pronunciation, Veldhoven de Lansard, which is a Dutch track created by Barry Brands, and it's his first ever track released on the game, and I always enjoy playing these first track releases. Now, I don't know Barry personally, however I know of him, as I used to play MX Simulator against him years ago. Don't remember any issues at all. Always seems to be quite a straight up clean racer, so quite excited to see what he has to bring to us on MX bikes today. I am doing this one I suppose a little bit later than I would have liked to. I downloaded this a day or two ago and just never got around to playing it. I know that Charlie has already played it and he says he really enjoys it. He says it's one of them sand tracks where you can get a good flow, you know, doubling your way around the track, which is music to my ears. I love sand tracks when that's the case, and you can almost treat the entire track like one long rhythm section and get really flowy. And the other thing that I'm mixing up today, which is after my video that I'd done on Eric's sand track that he recently released, I had this kind of whole discussion about mid-soft versus sand tyres, and a lot of people were telling me to just give the sand tyres another go. So I was playing in a Papiti server the other night, and the track rotated through to Assen, and at first I ran my normal mid-softs, and I was running, I think I was at like a 1... Actually, I don't know if it was 20s or 30s. Either way, I was running a lap time, and I went and looked at the world record, and I was like 3 seconds off the pace, and I was like, I swear I've just run such a good lap. I feel like I should be closer than that. So just randomly I decided, you know what, I'm going to try the 80 sand on the front and the 120 sand on the rear. First attempt, I go and I get the new world record on it. And then the race starts, I go and beat that world record again. So I'm going to say that the sand tyres are better. Now, there's obviously pros and cons to everything. I think the sand tyres, they allow you to carry more momentum, so they allow you to be faster in a straight line. I think they do sacrifice in the turns a little bit. I think the mid-softs are grippier in the corners. But if you're riding a sand track correctly, really you should be turning as minimally as possible. It should all really be like apexing the corners to the best of your ability, like going far inside, or tight inside to far outside, back across apex and everything. So I'm just going to kind of stick with the sand tyres for a while. Now, this is obviously just on sand tracks, and we don't get loads and loads of sand tracks these days, to be honest. It's just one of them rare things that we've happened to get 2 sand tracks dropped in a row, which I'm not against by any means. As I mentioned previously, I really enjoy Lommel, I really enjoy Leerop, and I'm quite tempted to go back to them now with these, like, I say new sand tyres, you know what I mean, like with my newfound confidence in the sand tyres, and just kind of see what lap times I can run and see how it goes. Most of my riding recently has been on Papiti. I've been absolutely grinding the shit out of them, just trying to get up there in terms of MMR, because apparently Papiti himself is thinking of at some point kind of resetting everything and almost, oh god, what did he call it? I can't remember if it was like seasons or leagues, but they'll get reset every X amount of like weeks, or probably more like months, and then his kind of top person gets a trophy and things like that. That's just really cool stuff. I don't think it's ever going to go to the extent of prize money, because obviously he doesn't charge for his servers at all, which I think is a big W. I think he's extremely kind for doing that, because them servers must not be cheap to run. I was about to say must not be run to cheap, but obviously English isn't my first language after all. But yeah, I think he's a big W in the community. A lot of people complain that the servers are always on stock tracks, but honestly, I think if he was to put a server up on any track other than Forest Club and like Washington or the standards, people would still join the stock tracks anyway. I think them servers are meant for the newer players of the game, just to get a bit of an online experience, especially the no contact server. I think the no contact server is a great idea. It is predominantly meant for people that have been blacklisted from hitting people too much. They go in that server, do a few races, get their safety rating back up, and they can go play the normal servers again. But I think as a whole, it's just a really good idea, because I have some days where maybe I want to race around people, but I don't have the brain capacity for that day to try and avoid or dodge everyone that's trying to be a dick. You know, a lot of the time I have to run an alias online so people don't target me to take me out. So when there's no contact servers, you can't get taken out. It's beautiful. It's just your pace versus their pace, and if I'm honest, probably a very big-headed thing to say, but if you were to put me on Forest on a no-contact server, I think I would beat 99.9% of people. in the game. Obviously, there's an exception to a few of the animals of this game, but I mean, I can run consistent 102s at any time I want. 101s every now and then on a good lap, and I mean, I'm sure if I sat down and properly tried grinding for hot laps, I could get back into the 1 minute flats again, but I'm just really comfortable, and that has been my life for like the last 4-ish days, maybe 5. There was one day in there where I literally completed 60, that is 60 races in one day, which is just insane. Like, the MMR's been going through the roof. I'm sure I'll burn myself out in no time. I'm sure give it a week max and I'll be completely bored of it and onto other things, but yeah, for now, just kind of enjoying that. I am recording this video straight off the back of Aerial Supercross Round 12 at Glendale, and it was a Triple Crown event, which I didn't expect at first. It wasn't until I looked at the Aerial Pits chat just after downloading the track that I saw that it was a Triple Crown, and usually I'm okay at them, you know, I'm not too bad. This time around though, spoilers ahead, yeah, not so much. First race, god-awful start. It went absolutely horrific. I was down, I think I was like 4th to last at the end of lap 2. Came all the way back through though to finish 5th, which I was actually... I'm stuck in the fence, which I was actually super happy with at the time. Moto 2 got a better start and rode a really solid pace the entire race. Battled with Evmove for a little bit until I had to let him pass because he was like inside my exhaust at one point. Like, I felt violated, and I ended up getting P3. And then Moto 3 went absolutely horrendous again. I don't know what was going on. I was hitting everything wrong, couldn't go around a corner to save my life, couldn't hit a rhythm section either, and I ended up in about 7th, and I generally haven't checked to see where I got overall at the time recording this, but it actually didn't stress me out or annoy me as much as it usually would. And I think, honestly, the reason being is I'm in a bit of a no man's land in the championship at the moment. I'm, well, before round 12's results go up, I'm 50, no, not 50, I'm 37 points behind Hurls, and I'm 52, I think, points ahead of 3rd place, which is Dad Shoes or Skills at the time you're recording this. So, yeah, I'm kind of not really in a fight for anything. So, I'm just kind of happy turning up, putting in the best performance I can, and talking to you guys in a stream. And the last stream seemed quite lovely, you know, there was no issues at all. I think it's been a while since we've had any sort of like proper toxicity in the chats as well, so thank you to you guys for making all the streams like really nice and chilled out. You should be seeing this on Saturday, either at about 2 AM for you weirdo Americans that stay up to watch these, or 8 or 9 AM for the Europeans. Tonight, or Saturday night, or Sunday night, I'm yet to decide which day I want to do. Maybe I'll do both, who knows. We're getting back on that Minecraft grind, because I wanted to do 2 a week. I wanted to do like a weekend day and then maybe a Wednesday, Thursday. I wouldn't even say I've been busy this week. I've just not had that motivation to do it when the time's come to it. My whole like daily pattern is definitely off, you know. My schedule's all sorts of wrong, just in terms of when I eat versus when I go to the gym versus when I record a video to when I need to stream. Everything kind of like compiles into one. I don't set myself up enough time throughout the day to do all the different parts. So I do need a restructure. And I think it's one of the things where I'm just going to have to say, you know what? Even though the gym is busy any time before 10 PM, I'm just going to have to go and bite the bullet and deal with it and just get my workouts done so I can come home and stream when I want to stream. Because it's the same old story of, I like going to the gym between 9 PM to 10:30ish, 11, depending on how long it lasts, because that's when my gym starts getting quiet. But that's also the perfect time for me streaming for the Europeans and the Americans at the same time, so it's definitely a tough one. I do have to reorganise things, and I'll get there eventually. A lot of the issue stems from me going to bed so late. I stay up to do like NA races, or stay up grinding for PT servers like I have been recently, and I look at my clock and oh my god, suddenly it's 4 AM, and then I sleep, I wake up at midday, and yeah, it's just an awful cycle that I always find myself in, but I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. We'll get there. So yeah, keep an eye out for tonight or tomorrow night. See a Minecraft stream, 100%. I do promise it'll be on one of the days. If not, feel free to unsubscribe. You have my full permission. Alternatively, if you are new to the channel, subscribe. Why not? It's completely free and you help a brother out. I might be at 50k by the time this uploads. I'm not entirely sure. I need to check, but I think I was at like 49,850-ish when I looked earlier today before recording this, so who knows, maybe I just had a specifically good day and it's shot up. So thank you everyone that has been here. It doesn't matter if you're brand new or if you've been watching since day one. I do appreciate you. I quite like going live on streams and just seeing those names I recognise over and over again. It does actually mean quite a lot to me. I do appreciate all of you. And I'm trying to think of what to do for the 50k special. It's not going to be a face cam. Before anyone suggests it, I told you that is being saved for the 100k for the big boy when I eventually get that silver play button from YouTube. I'll show it off in the face cam video, why not? But yeah, I'm trying to think of things. I might make it into a stream and do one of them donate-a-thon streams again where I just go for as long as is requested. Well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Ranting aside, by the way, this track is hella flowy. It's really, really good. For a first track as well, this is kind of exceeding my expectations. Did I just say... I feel like I just said exceeding. I meant to say exceeding. If I did say it, then whatever. Yeah, the track's kind of exceeding my expectations. Charlie was exactly right. It does have a really, really nice flow. And I think you can kind of tie the whole track together really, really nicely. It doesn't feel like there's separate sections anywhere. You can kind of tie one corner into the next one, and it's a really, really good fun track. It's based off a real track. This isn't custom by any means. It is a replica track of a real track in... I was going to say Germany, that's not right. A real track in the Netherlands, I do apologise. But yeah, it's really, really good. I've almost killed that guy in the white shirt. More laps than I haven't, so I do apologise, sir. The track decals, they're new. They're not something that I've seen before. And I actually don't mind the dark ones. Like, usually I feel like I'm a broken record when it comes to dark decals on tracks. I'm like, oh, they're ugly, I don't like them, they hurt my eyes. I don't know what it is about this, but everything's still, like, really visible, even though there's dark decals on there. And I don't know if it's because there's, like, highlights and accents here and there. I think it looks nice, you know, it looks just like a local sand track. Not that I've ever ridden that many, because I detest sand in real life. I don't know what it is, just can't ride stuff. I feel like I'm too tight of a rider. I like my nice hard pack flat corners or my really sticky ruts that I can roll on the throttle in. I haven't got to worry about banging the throttle wide open, gripping my knees and letting the bike dance underneath me. But overall, that's a really fun track. So Barry, thank you very much for releasing this, or creating and releasing this for us. I do want to see more from you, if I'm honest. We are definitely lacking some really top-tier flowy sand tracks in this game. We've been blessed with 2 of them recently, with yours and with Eric's as well. But I'm always open to seeing more. This is good stuff, and let me know if you guys enjoy it as well. I'm sure the majority of you have played it by this point. I hope you've enjoyed the video regardless. If you have done, if I could ask you to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, like I mentioned earlier. I feel like I'm just repeating myself here. Then please do so. I'm almost at 50k, or I might already be at 50k by the time you're watching this. I never thought this would happen, if I'm honest. When I started just making these YouTube videos, I don't know what I expected. I never set out for it to be my day job and to literally get to play MX bikes for a living. It's a pretty surreal thing, which every now and then I do have to take a step back and realise just how lucky I am to be in this position. But I do want to remind you guys as well, because I mentioned this on stream earlier. I think a lot of people think I'm this, like, just something special, like this person that they need to look up to or aspire to be, and I am just a normal person. I'm exactly like you. Whether it's you sitting in bed eating food right now, whether it's you that's got me on whilst you're in the shower listening to me, whether it's you sat on the toilet having a massive dookie and you're playing me, you've got your phone like sat on your pants where they're around your ankles, just looking down, watching me. Doesn't matter who you are. I'm no different to any of you. I just decided to sit down and start talking to myself and press the record button while I'm playing these games, you know? So I'm just a normal person, but I appreciate all of the love and support I always get. It's really, really nice, and I'd be lying if I said there wasn't any YouTube privilege involved. I feel like I get away or get early access to a lot of things that I normally wouldn't do. But just, it's all because of you. So there's my soppy thank yous over. Hope you enjoyed. Have a lovely rest of the day, wherever you're up to. I'll catch you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.